and welcome back to Wioletta's channel. My name is Wioletta and I'm so happy that I'm gonna do this video for you guys, because this was actually kind of my idea. I was like, you know what, I feel like we should help those people out who are doing the journey of becoming a potential vegan, or even not, or just trying things out. And I was like, we need to help them, we need to support them, we need to inspire them, and we definitely have to give you guys some tips on how to do this journey in a good way and as easy as possible. So before even jumping into all those tips and tricks, I want to tell you this is a fully non-judgmental zone, which means that I'm not here to judge you, I'm not here to blame you, I'm not here to tell you how to do things right, because I don't think here's a right or wrong. I'm just wanting to help you, to support you, to inspire you, and how to do things easier, but not certainly right or wrong. As always, you are your own judge, and that means don't let anyone judge you, no matter in what kind of topic. You are the one who decides what's best for yourself. So even if there is your parents or your close friends and they're telling you that this is not a good thing you're doing, or whatever you're doing in life, you are responsible for your own decisions. With that being said, let's jump straight into this video. To save you guys from ranting too much about veganism and this whole topic, I wrote down a list. It's quite long, but those are actually tips that I wish I knew before I went vegan. So I hope they're gonna be helpful for you, and I'm sure that you're gonna take at least one thing out of this video. The very first thing that I want to tell you guys that is so important to understand about veganism, it's not about putting a label on yourself. It's not about becoming a vegan just to have the label of being vegan. Even though the challenge obviously is called Veganuary, you're trying to eat as many plant-based foods as possible. However, it's not about being just a vegan for the label in the end. You don't even have to label yourself as a vegan, but you can still follow a vegan diet, a vegan lifestyle, or whatever. Society is always trying to label people because it's easier, but you don't necessarily have to wear this label. You can still be 80%, 90%, 95%, or even just 60% a vegan, and that's absolutely fine. It's always about giving your best. It's not about being perfect. So with that being said, do not have the pressure to label yourself as a vegan. There is no commitment that you have to do. It's just about giving your best from the environment, for your own health, for your own body, just for everything. But there is no commitment or pressure that needs to be done here. Another point that goes with it, don't be too hard on yourself. No one here is expecting you to go vegan overnight or make super big changes overnight. Do it at your own pace. If you feel like you need some time to get into all this, if you feel like you need some time to make changes, that's absolutely fine. For some people, of course, it may be much easier to just change it overnight, but then again, it doesn't work for everyone. You just have to find out what works best for you, what will be sustainable for yourself. And if you don't feel comfortable with saying, hey, I'll be vegan tomorrow, that's absolutely fine. If you take days, weeks, months, just do it at your own pace. There is no pressure, there is no rush. Just every small step that you can do is better than none. Next, very important thing is knowing your why. You have to know all your reasons behind why you're doing this. If you don't, you will just don't stick to it. It will not be sustainable for you in the long run. And if people are gonna ask you, hey, why are you trying veganism? Why are you not eating this meat or this milk or whatever it is? And if you can't answer to that, of course, you'll feel insecure about what you're actually doing. And in order to know your own why and your reasons, it's so important to do research and educate yourself. The research can be done online. You can read books, you can read studies, you can watch so many documentaries. I'm gonna link some of them that I find really helpful down in the description box. And once you have found out why you actually want to become vegan, or at least try including more vegan meals into your diet, only then it will be sustainable for you as well. So maybe it might not be reason enough for you to go vegan in order to save animal lives. Maybe you care about the environment, so maybe that's another reason why to go vegan, or also in order to become a healthier person and just have a healthier diet. Make sure to look at all the topics in order to have a really wide education. Luckily, veganism is becoming more and more a common thing, so nowadays it's really not hard to become a vegan, because there are A, so many other vegans already out there, and B, there are so many vegan products out there. It was definitely much harder like 10 years ago to become a vegan, because it was more of a weird thing. But however, if you're struggling with being the only person, for example in your family or in your friend circle or just in your whole community, a huge help might be getting inspiration and finding new friends online. When I became vegan myself, I haven't had many friends that were vegan as well, and now I'm so happy that the majority of my friends are vegan. But if that's not the case in the beginning for you, that's absolutely fine. One general thing that I can tell you is most vegans are trying probably subconsciously, to veganize others. That's just because we know that it's best for yourself, it's best for the environment, best for the animals, which is why we're trying to lead by example. That means don't be afraid to reach out to other vegan people, because they will be so happy to help you out, to support you and give you tips as well. So if you find someone on Instagram who is vegan, don't be afraid to just reach out and ask, honestly. When I went vegan, I thought that I will have to give up so many dishes and meals that I used to love. But honestly, you don't have to give up anything. Luckily, there is a vegan version of any kind of food out there today. We have the privilege that any kind of meal can be veganized nowadays. Meatballs, kebab, burgers, pulled pork, ice cream, carbonara, just any dish you can think of, it can be veganized. So that means for you, you're not giving up any food, you're just eating a plant-based and even healthier version of it. So a vegan or plant-based diet is not about being restrictive at all. And speaking about food, let's talk about eating out as a vegan. Tip number 1, if you want to make sure that the restaurant you're going to is definitely gonna have some vegan dishes on your menu, make the research beforehand. This you can do easily through Google search, Instagram search, or Happy Cow. In case you don't have the possibility to make the research beforehand, don't be afraid to go to any restaurant of your choice. Sometimes it may seem like the menu is not made for vegan options at all, but even then you can veganize so many dishes. You can just ask to prepare them without the animal products in it for you, because most of restaurants will be able to provide whole foods, as in vegetables, potatoes, or just anything that is without animal products. So don't be scared to ask them to veganize a meal, even if it's not vegan on the menu itself. I really want you to understand that there is no such thing as I cannot eat this dish. No matter what diet you're following, you can eat anything. It's about making the conscious decision and saying, I don't want to eat this because it causes death for animals, it's not good for my body, or whatever reason you're having behind it. That's just another tip for not feeling restrictive when it comes to a vegan diet. You also have to know that there will always be people out there who are not happy with your decision. And that's just because it is the way it is. There will always be people that you can't please with no matter what you do, not only when it comes to your diet, but anything in life. And that's why you have to do it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone else. If you're wanting to become a vegan just because someone else is telling you to do so, trust me, this will not be sustainable for you at all. You have to, as I said in the beginning, find your own reason and stick to them just for yourself. Also, eat in a way that works for you. You don't have to copy someone else's lifestyle, someone else's meal plans, someone else's choices. Everyone is different. Everybody works in a different way. You may feel better or worse when you eat certain foods, so you have to find out for yourself what works best for you. And again, here, take your time. There is no rush or pressure to do it as fast as possible. For some people, this may be good news. For some people, it will be less good. Plant foods in general are lower in calories. That means you will have to eat more. For people with a big appetite like me, this is amazing because I just love eating high in volume. I love having my huge bowl with a mountain on it, but some people don't like it. But also here are ways to get your calories in without eating super high in volume. There are also plant foods that are high in calories, such as nuts, or seeds, avocados, or dates. One last thing, the vegan diet is not about eating just vegetables. Somehow there are still people out there who think veganism is just about eating veggies, and it's not at all. There are 5 different food groups which we recommend eating out of, and those are nuts and seeds, legumes, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. This way, and only this way, you will assure that your body gets all the nutrients it needs. I lied, there's another thing. Take your supplements. And this doesn't count only for vegans. I'm talking about B12 and omega-3. I'm not going to talk about those supplements any deeper because there are already videos about it on the Vivo channel, but make these 2 buddies your best friends every day. And that's it for today's video. If you're doing Veganuary this month, I wish you all the best luck and also fun doing this channel. It is such a life-changing and interesting journey. And please don't forget, it's not about being perfect, it's about giving your best, it's about enjoying it, and it's not about being too hard on yourself because this doesn't help anyone. If there is one tip that was helpful out of this video, then I'm already happy. And of course, feel free to check out my social medias as well. You will find me on Instagram for more vegan inspiration, but also an overall positive and healthy lifestyle, as well as on YouTube. If you have any more questions about veganism, feel free to DM me or also just put them down below in the comment box. We'll make sure to answer all of them, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye!